That's a question gonna ask it now. Am I original? Am I the only one? Am I original? Am I everything you need? You got to rock your body right, everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah. Everybody. Rock your body right. Backstreet set. Rock your body. Everybody. Rock your body right.
Like all of the handles, but I also got like quotes from the press release already. Is that okay? Yeah, I have that. We need photos. I feel like it would be one of the songs that would be like
Now you're outside, yeah, show me how you want to.
Why can I not get this?
yeah.
Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. Hey, I must confess, I still believe. That means for night. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby. Hit me, baby. Hit me, baby, one more time. Hey, yeah. Woo. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. You're having a good time out here today. Woo! We're so glad to be with you guys. My name is Cassie B. You don't wanna see me. Let's go, party people. Did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. If the heartbreak changed me, maybe looking where I ended up. I'm walking already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, you don't wanna see me. There's no sound
Don't jingle, he said. How's it going? What can I help with? Great. All people keep asking me things like, how can I get someone on the list? Where's the photographer? I'm like, I don't know anything. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, we've talked to all the reporters. I'm just getting the videographers. So, are you gonna go there or stay here? What do we decide in terms of the? We're just gonna live stream. Oh, okay. Yeah, that guy was up there early. Yeah, like when you came, he was already set up. So I think the headline is like, more than 10,000 people joined Santa. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, after my conversation with Eric, I want nothing to do with him, so you're going to have to
We are the Cassie B Project. We'll be right back in just a little bit. Have some fun out here. We got more coming your way.
for the video. Oh, it's a long story, but I don't know. So yeah, if you could just handle that coordination, I can send you
It's
this
an
number too.
ethos
Just so
that
you have
drives our thinking. It's a habit of going against the grain.
it. Is that your video? What is it?
Uncommon is a destination.
What is this?
It's a physical place unlike any other. And it's bringing us closer to tomorrow every day. Uncommon means access. Freedom, a departure from what you thought you knew. It's a bridge to another world, a day of, did that just happen? It's an influx of ideas and a fusion of cultures. It's a student body that never stands
Who's I get it?
still.
Who's up there? Where's Jack? Shit. How do we fix that?
Uncommon means action.
Encinitas Blake Spear. Thank you.
How do the steps really rock? How do the steps really rock?
Just keep an eye on the background. I think it's gonna make it so we may just have to make it better now. It's shade. What if we just lower the brightness and just slow it all the way? Does she have to do it anymore?
Jessica?
Yep. There. I can't do anything about the
No, I'm going to scoot down the front. To get off this platform because it's shaking too much.
I know. I got so scared. Good thing it didn't cut off. Yeah. It cut off a little bit, but it's fine. It's crazy. Thank goodness, though. Oh, where's my background?
Well, hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, San Diego. We're so excited to be here today. What a great day to open a new trolley line, right? Let's have a big round of applause for our new trolley line. You can see behind us right here. When I was driving down here for this really exciting event today, I was talking to my two teenagers in the car, and they said, what are we doing and why? And I said, it's not that frequently that you open a $2 billion, 9-stop, 11-mile new transit line in the county of San Diego. So we're having a big party to celebrate. So my name's Catherine Blakespear, and I serve as the chair of Sandbag, which is the region's transportation agency. I also serve as the mayor in the city of Encinitas. And we have a number of dignitaries behind me who are all very important and will also share their perspectives and their thoughts on how important this is to our region. But I just want to take a couple minutes here at the beginning and talk about why this project is so important and who brought it to you. How is it that we're making this happen? So several of Sandbag's partners
are here. So MTS, which operates the transit line, UC San Diego, the Federal Transit Administration, Caltrans, the City of San Diego, and members of Congress. We have a senator here and a congressman here, both of whom you'll hear from. It also means so much to us that we have Administrator Fernandez and Director Omi Shakin, who have come here from Washington, D.C. and from Sacramento to join us. Let's give a big round of applause for everybody who's here today. We also have many community partners who helped us bring this to fruition. So we have the chairs of the University, Pacific Beach, and Claremont community planning groups, and several representatives of town councils and community associations, several different mayors and city council members from the 18 cities and the county. And all of these different people have supported the Mid-Coast Trolley extension that was being constructed in their communities for the last 5 years. So we are so appreciative of your ongoing support. Thank you, everybody. I want to especially recognize our Congressman Scott Peters, who we have with here today. Yes, thank you. Because he has helped us, single-handedly helped us bring $1 billion to this project. So $1 billion. This is a $2.2 billion project, so that's nearly half of that. We would not be here today if without your dedication, Congressman, so thank you so much. So today's event commemorates the culmination of decades of planning and 5 years of construction. So this project was originally conceived in 1986, and it was part of the 1986 regional plan. And right now, we're doing the 2021 regional plan. So we're looking forward and saying, what kind of projects like this do we want to deliver for this region 30 years from now, in 2050? This type of project is an example of the transformative work that's really possible when we work together through this process called the regional plan. Sometimes people ask me, is this or that project going to happen? And what I always say is, well, is it in the plan? Because if it's not in the plan, then it's not going to get built. So the time to figure out what we want to see in the future in San Diego County is now, because we are right now doing our 2021 regional plan. So this Mid-Coast Trolley extension will truly transform our region. It is the largest infrastructure project in our region's history, and there were many roadblocks in the way that we had to get through to make it happen. Sometimes it can seem inevitable when you see something like this emerge, but really none of this is inevitable. I'm also so proud to announce that this project is on time and on budget. And this is what you want from government, on time and on budget. Thank you. It takes money and careful planning, and then it takes execution, even during a pandemic, to deliver something like this on time and on budget. It's really critical for our region to be thinking big and to find ways to connect people to the places that they want to go. People want to go to the things they need for their life. So work, school, the doctor, and more. And all of this behind you connects people to those places. I want to say a couple words about the 2021 regional plan. So the point of the 2021 regional plan, which the SANDAG board will be voting on within the next several weeks, is that it reimagines and modernizes our transportation system. A trolley like this is more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's also a symbol of how we can rethink the way that we travel, how we can plan and build a transportation system that allows us to get where we need to go outside of a car. The 2021 regional plan includes so many more projects just like this. They're investments in our region and an investment in improving the lives of every San Diego County resident and visitor. We are also improving air quality, and we're combating climate change, all while preserving nearly 1.3 million acres of open space. So if you haven't already today, I encourage you to stop by the booth that we have here for SANDAG's 2021 regional plan to get a sense of what are the projects that will be coming forward and what is the process and how can you be involved. SANDAG wants to partner with you to help change the way that we think about transportation and to bring more projects like this to our region. So while we look to the future with SANDAG's 2021 regional plan, today we are celebrating the completion and opening of this Mid-Coast extension of the UC San Diego Blue Line Trolley. It's so important that we take moments to recognize when we're right there at the beginning of something new, because pretty soon it will just be part of our landscape. But all of you came out today to recognize this, and it's so important that we have that type of ceremony. So thank you again for your support and for your interest in this, and I hope you all take the chance to ride the trolley for free today. Thank you.
Now please welcome with a warm round of applause MTS Vice Chair and National City Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis.
Buenas tardes. ¿Se escucha? Can you hear me?
Sí.
All right, if you can hear me, wave around your little, what is this? Cheer stick. Yeah, there we go. Spirit stick here. All right, well, I'm Alejandra Sotelo Solis. Buenas tardes a todos. Very warm welcome to all of our valued members of the community, our loyal trolley riders, the honorable elected officials here today, all of our community partners, our business partners, and our MTS and Sandag leaders and staff. I hope you all took the trolley today. How many of you took the trolley?
I took the trolley.
And if you didn't already know, it's free all day long, so take it back home. You can take it back home. Offering free rides today really underscores the excitement that MTS has about opening this extension. We are truly honored to be part of the operation. And we have a lot of experience in that line of work, being the operator. In fact, this is the 40th year MTS has been operating the trolley, North America's finest modern light rail system. Light rail service has become so popular over that span that this is the 10th trolley system expansion since MTS opened in 1981. Let's give a big round of applause to MTS. To make this happen, MTS expanded staffing, dedicated thousands of hours of staff time, added more mechanics, trolley operators, and other frontline employees. We also bought 45 more of the iconic red trolley cars that have been a staple in San Diego communities for decades. These 45 new trolleys, manufactured here in California, were built by Siemens. Yes, round of applause. We know that we have members of the Siemens crew here, so please wave. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you again for attending. And in fact, since 1981, MTS has purchased 244 trolleys. This partnership has been extremely important, not only to MTS, but also the community at large. And it is partly responsible for the growth of light rail in the United States and around the world. This extension is more than expanding just transit service. It is a true benefit that the expansion we are all celebrating as well. It is creating new jobs, new opportunities, new access to health care, and more educational opportunities for so many residents of the San Diego-Tijuana region. And that's really what the trolley and transit is all about. Transit afforded that opportunity to me. I've shared the story with a couple family and friends, but I remember being here on UC San Diego's campus and hearing about this idea that some of the elected officials had about a transit system. And having met my handsome, very talented husband, who's right here in the front, also UC San Diego, guys, stand me right there. There he is. There, that guy right there. Yeah, also UC San Diego. We talked about this transit system, and here we are, 20 years later, being able to have this state-of-the-art facility throughout our region. And what took me 2 hours from National City, bus line, trolley line to UC San Diego, walking up Gilman Drive, now for $2.50, you can get here in less than 40 minutes. Let's give a big round of applause for that. Those commutes were long, and not only that, but I was able to achieve my goals and turn my dream
of getting a college education into a reality. And now those dreams will be even easier to reach for the next generation of workers and students, thanks to this Trolley extension. And I'd like to recognize the next generation of college students, my daughters, my 3 daughters right here. Go ahead, Sandra. Hey. Class of 2030, 2032. And it was all made possible again by working together. There are a lot of people and organizations to thank. UC San Diego is a great partner. Thank you for shifting transit from an alternative form to a norm. All the construction teams, part of MCTC, thank you for keeping this project on time and on budget. One more time, on time and on budget. All the MTS and Sandag employees who planned and implemented this project, thank you for 5 years of work to make this launch a successful event, and thank you to so many others. But I think we should also give a very special thanks to 2 honored guests here today. On behalf of MTS, employees, and our riders, I'd like to express sincere thanks to Congressman Scott Peters and FTA Administrator Nuria Fernandez for their ongoing support of our trolley extension. The type of financial commitment from the federal government, more than $1 billion, made this project possible. Thank you again for joining us today for this very special celebration, this milestone, a milestone for North America's first modern light rail system. We are so very proud of this opening and look forward to operating it for decades to come. Thank you.
Thank you, National City Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis, for your remarks. And now, please welcome, with a big round of applause, Sandag Vice Chair and City of San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria.
Hello, San Diego. That doesn't sound like a community that just got a $2 billion trolley. Good afternoon, San Diego. I love it. This is an incredible day for our city and for our region. You know, this project has been in the works for decades. Construction has gone on for the last 5 years, and there's 2 things I know. 1, we are so excited about this project, and 2, none of us want this program to last as long as the construction did. Am I right? So I'm going to be brief. I'm going to power through it. I'm going to talk fast. You have to listen fast. Number 1, I want to acknowledge that on behalf of the City of San Diego, we are thrilled about this project. And I am here as the mayor, but we have a number of our members of our City Council who are present. Members of our San Diego City Council, would you please stand up and be acknowledged? This is teamwork. This is how we get stuff done in our community. And I'm grateful to have a legislative branch that is pro-transit, pro-sustainability, and is making sure that we improve quality of life. As you have heard, but it's important to drive home again and again, this project is not just locally based. We have a tremendous amount of federal funding that made it possible. I want to personally thank FTA Administrator Nuria Fernandez, who is here. Madam Administrator, thank you for coming to San Diego. She's delighted to be here and not in Washington, D.C., am I right? Exactly right. And as you've heard, our congressional delegation stepped up to provide 50% of the funding, led by Congressman Scott Peters, ably assisted by Congressman Juan Vargas, and our entire congressional delegation. This is why we have top flight members of Congress, and we got some of the best guys. Thank you so much for what you do. Listen, I told you I'd be brief, and I'm going to make sure I do that. I just want to tell you, we are here to celebrate this project, but this isn't just about trolley cars, railroad ties, catenary wires. This is about people. I think of this as a jobs train. This is opening up opportunity to people all across the region to access the incredible opportunities of the jobs in the life sciences and innovation economy here in La Jolla and Torrey Mesa. This is about the world-class education at UC San Diego. Where are our Tritons at? More of our area students and having access to this education, that is opportunity. Access to the 3 incredible hospitals that are on this line, the VA, UC, and Scripps campuses. Guys, give it up for quality healthcare that people can access for once. This is a clear message to San Diegans about opportunities. Opportunities for jobs, opportunities for education, opportunities for healthcare. And I have to tell you very clearly, we must do more of this. with the passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill. Thank you again, Congressman Peters and Congressman Vargas. $1 trillion available across this country. San Diego will get its fair share, and we will make sure that we build more projects like this one because it's about jobs, because it's about healthcare, because it's about education, because it's about opportunities for our people. You heard from Vice Chair Sotelo Solis. We have very similar stories. I'm the son of a maid and a gardener. I rode the number 25 bus to a job, my first job. That created opportunities for me. Today, the question for San Diego is, will we create more opportunities for people like Alejandra, like myself, like so many of you? Will we create more opportunities, San Diego? I'm going to ask you again, are we going to create more opportunities, San Diego? I believe that we will. With the passage of our regional transportation plan, we can build many more mid-coast trolleys. And to every man and woman who laid their hands on this project to help build it, many of them good union-paying jobs, I say thank you so much for giving us something that's so incredible. For the rest of your lives, you'll be able to show your children and your grandchildren, I built that. And when you point to it, know that what you built was not just a train, it was opportunity for millions and millions of San Diegans. Guys, this is a great day for our city, and there will be many more great days ahead because of this collective commitment to making sure that we are sustainable, clean, climate-friendly, moving forward together. Who's with me on a future of San Diego that's sustainable? I know that you are. Guys, this is a great day. Let's savor this wonderful day. It's a little hot. Sorry, Administrator. It's a little warm. You get a rain check. You can come back on a day when it's 70. This will be great for us. Enjoy today. Let's get back to work tomorrow. Let's build some more mid-coast trolleys. Let's bring more opportunity to more San Diegans. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, City of San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria, for those remarks. And now, welcome to stage with a warm applause, Congressman Scott Peters, representing California's 52nd District.
Everybody, it's a great day for me. It's a great day for San Diego. I'm so happy to be here. There's an author named Errol Ozon who's written about wanderlust and travel, and he said, "You can't understand a city without using its public transportation system." Think about that, because this is not just about us up here in La Jolla. This is my council district way back when. This is about a whole region. And if you took your Blue Line extension all the way down to the southern border, what would you see? As you travel from UTC down Executive Drive around UCSD, you'd see pioneering biotechnology companies, top-notch scientific institutions, one of the top research institutions in the entire world. From that leg of the journey, they learned that San Diego is just as smart as we are good-looking. Then you'd cruise past the VA Medical Center, and you'd understand that we're home to one of the densest concentration of veterans in the country, and we honor them tremendously for their service every day. Then you'd head past all that afternoon traffic on I-5, and you'd see Mission Bay Park, Old Town, Little Italy, learn that we're a multicultural city with a rich history, with walkable neighborhoods. When you pass through vibrant communities of the South Bay, you'd see the Coronado Bridge, Navy ships and shipyards, and you'd know about our region's critical role in the national defense. And you'd pass bustling neighborhoods that share a unique relationship with our beaches and bays, from the portside community of National City, to Chula Vista, to the Silver Strand and Imperial Beach. From San Ysidro, you'd glimpse Tijuana. You'd understand that we're a cosmopolitan city that embraces the international borders, an opportunity for commerce, not as a threat, but an opportunity for friendship with our neighbors in Mexico. For me, today is a culmination of nearly 2 decades of commitment to building public transportation in San Diego, which I began when I was on the city council. When I joined the council 21 years ago next month, I knew that the way we moved people around would determine our future in San Diego. With 1 million new San Diegans expected in the coming decades, with most of them coming from more births than deaths. We all know that more and wider highways won't meet this problem. And here, right here, in the region's major job center that I represented on the city council, there was nothing. In 2007, I championed the Super Bowl. It took $35 million, sounds like a big amount of money, to get up and running. 14 stop bus routes move seniors, students, and workers around UT UTC and UCSD. And although skeptics, and some of them worked in our own transportation system, claimed back then there would be no demand, the Superloop has been a major success and proved that people would use transit to get around if it was convenient. But as important as circulation was, getting the light rail here as a regional connection was always a regional priority. At the Sandag Transportation Committee, we envisioned a ballot measure to extend our half-cent sales tax and improve roads and transit, and we won that countywide campaign in 2004, achieving the 2/3 threshold by just over 3,000 votes. And the designated top project in that ballot measure was the Mid-Coast Extension that opens today. In the next years after that, we worked on environmental review, project design, and we sparred over what route it would take. And I know some of you remember that. And at one point, UCSD was not even interested in having a public transportation stop. To their credit, they came around and now they've got two. By the time I got to Congress in 2013, the Midcoast project was ready to apply for federal money from the New Starts program. And again, thank you to Administrator Fernandez for being here. That's the program she runs. And the $1 billion that San Diego taxpayers put up was matched by $1 billion in federal New Start funds. And it's a public-public partnership, if you will, between the local and the federal. And I've been working to build what is today one of the biggest infrastructure projects in San Diego County history. And I'm so excited to see it in operation. No, I've lived in New York, I've lived in Minneapolis, and in Washington, D.C., all places where I've used transit, not because I should use transit, but because it was more convenient. It was faster, it was cheaper. And the Midcoast is going to offer San Diegans that same freedom of choice and mobility. We still have more to do, and I'll do my part to encourage policies that boost ridership, like my Build More Housing Near Transit bill that provides incentives and federal leverage to build more housing near transit. And when we have housing proximate to transit, we increase ridership, we maximize federal investments, and we reduce emissions. And this month, as they mentioned, Congress passed the bipartisan infrastructure plan that will expand and extend the federal government's investments in rail, electric vehicles, and charging stations, and make the largest ever federal investment in public transportation. That law offers San Diego and other regions the chance to partner with the federal government to promote better mobility, more housing choices, and a higher quality of life. So I say to the great staff at Sandag and MTS, enjoy today, because tomorrow you need to find us some new local ideas to bring back more federal money for. Thanks to everyone up here, Sandag, MTS, Mayor Gloria, thank you for your leadership. Juan Vargas for his even earlier work on the City Council on this project, for being such a great partner in Washington. And I want to thank finally the taxpayers who put up the money for this project. Half of it right here locally, $1 billion. I hope you see this project and you're as excited about it and as confident in the leadership of this county to do good things with that money, so you're willing to invest again. I hope you're as excited about this project as we are, and I hope you ride it soon. Thanks everybody, congratulations.
And now please welcome to the stage Federal Transit Administration Administrator Nuria Fernandez.
Thank you, Yanulla, and good afternoon to all of you. And thank you for the warm welcome. I am enjoying the heat and the sun of beautiful San Diego, and I will take this sun and heat with me back to DC anytime. So thank you. On behalf of Secretary Pete Buttigieg and the Biden-Harris administration, it's really my pleasure to be here with all of you today. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting day. You did it! To be able to join you as we celebrate this grand event where we're going to be cutting the ribbon for the Midcoast extension of the UC San Diego Blue Line Trolley. It's really an honor. I know much has been said about how long it takes to bring ideas to fruition, but I can say this was absolutely worth the wait. So first, let me acknowledge those who are joining me this afternoon, because I think nothing can ever happen by itself. It takes a village, and in this case, it takes a region. So a special welcome to Congressman Scott Peters, who has been a tremendous advocate for Trolley during his time on the San Diego City Council, and who remains focused on ensuring the nexus between transit and affordable housing continues to be strong. And to Congressman Juan Vargas, who is working hard in Congress on the Climate Solutions Caucus to help address the challenges that we all face that this trolley is going to help us meet. I also want to thank Congressman Mike Levin, who is not with us today, but I had a chance to meet him yesterday, and his work on the Select Committee on Climate Crisis, which shows his commitment to protecting our planet, because we all know that we're living in a very fragile ecosystem, and this is a gift. It's a gift to be on this planet, it's a gift to be here, and we want to make sure that we protect it, because that's all that has been asked of us, to take care of it so that us and future generations will be able to enjoy it. I also want to thank and welcome Ambassador Carlos Gonzalez Gutierrez, the Consul General of Mexico in San Diego, and this extension is going to provide the coveted one-seat ride from UCSD to within feet of the emergency.
I am so sorry to interrupt. We have a little bit of an announcement. We have found a little one that is looking for the parent. So if you could please come forward to the stage, to the main stage. We have an officer right now, right next to me. So please, again, we have located a child that is missing the parent. Please come forward for more information. We are located at the main stage. Thank you. I apologize.
Not a problem, Yanuda, and I hope that the child is brought to her parents, and the parents meet the child, because that is just so important. I'm sorry that that happened. Let me just step up. I also want to recognize SANDAG, the San Diego Association of Governments Chair, and Encinitas Mayor, Catherine. Next Mayor, SANDAG Vice Chair and San Diego Mayor, Paul Gloria.
Yeah, everything's in there. You guys probably eat right now.
MTS Vice Chair and National City Mayor,
Be nice to you then.
Alejandra
Why don't you get
Sotelo.
under here so that you can...
Caltrans Director, Tokes Omichaka. MTS Chief Executive Officer, Sharon Tooney. SANDAG Executive Director, Hassan Ikratu. And the head of the capital programs and the project director for this project, Jim Lithicum and Ramon Ruelas. I also want to acknowledge the great effort of the UC San Diego Chancellor, Pradeep Khosla, because as you heard, he made it possible for this connection for the university. And then the student body president, Manuel. In the audience with you and joining me is our Region 9 Federal Transit Administrator, Ray Tallis. So Ray and his team are the ones that make things happen in California. And he's joined by two representatives from our LA Metro office who are here with us today. So thanks to all of you. So all across the country, transit champions are celebrating President Biden signing into law the bipartisan infrastructure bill. And today, here in San Diego, you are already putting its principles into practice. This additional 11 miles of trolley line are going to be transformational. Transformational for the corridor, transformational for the quality of service that people are going to be enjoying. And the principles are of connectivity, that is access to everyone, equity, and protecting the climate, stemming the climate crises that we're all dealing with, and building the opportunity for more jobs. And that's what these projects do. They create jobs, better paying jobs, and we hope to see not only this project, but future projects have the opportunity to bring that much revenue into the area. So I want to give credit to SANDAG and all the people who worked hard to make this possible for their tremendous fiscal responsibility. As you heard the chair mention, this project came in a year ahead of schedule and under budget. And that is not a distinction that many large projects around the country can claim. So congratulations to all of you. It's because of the team, the people, and certainly because of the board and its vigilance that this
You guys are going to run this through
happened.
the whole thing, right?
with more than
So you'll
40,000
get it on the
students and
screen
hundreds of faculty and staff members
Yeah.
that are going to
Okay,
benefit
I'm
from
gonna
this
head up to those
project,
guys.
we're going to see ridership rise. And I know right now transit is still evolving from the pandemic. We're still not at the pre-pandemic ridership levels, but we're going to get there. And connections like these are going to help us get there. So it took many years to get to this point, but we're here. It takes vision to turn an idea into something that's tangible. But that vision has to be met with people who have the courage of conviction to see it through. And I want to take this opportunity to remember someone who, the late Paul Jablonski, one of our former colleagues, who was the president and CEO of MTS, because he talked about this project many, many times in Washington, Sacramento, everywhere that people wanted to hear about what the plans were, he talked about it. So in his memory, I just want to say thank you, Paul. We are very proud to be a partner with SANDAG and MTS. You heard about our $1 billion contribution to a capital investment grant program. And the United States Department of Transportation also contributed a loan of $537 million to this project. So by linking to the regional system, what SANDAG has done with this construction, what MTS is going to do with its operation, is connect this region so that more people will have better access, better mobility, better opportunities to access jobs, to access healthcare services, and absolutely to access education. So it's a trifecta. It's perfect. It comes together, and it's because of you and your support, pushing everyone who was making decisions that this is what you wanted, and it has been delivered. So it's very appropriate that all of you take credit for what has happened here today. And I cannot leave without saying that public transportation has certainly been a beneficiary of the bipartisan infrastructure law. Public transportation is going to receive $108 billion over 5 years to help public transit agencies in every state, in addition to the territories, so they can improve the mobility, they can replace their assets, and provide safe, fast, frequent, and reliable connections from origin to destination, and make people's life easier, remove as many cars from the roads as possible, and also preserve our environment and clean our air. So I want to take this opportunity to thank all the elected officials at the local, municipal level, state, and of course at the federal level for their contribution that made this project possible, and made all of you come here today to celebrate with us. So thank you very much, and cheers.
Thank you, Administrator Nuria Fernandez, for those remarks. And I wanted to quickly update everybody. The missing child and their parent have been reunited. So thank you to everyone for your help. And now please welcome California Department of Transportation Director Tokes Omushakin.
Thank you, Administrator Fernandez, for being here all the way from Washington. Congratulations on your appointment by the Biden administration, and congratulations and thank you as well for the infrastructure bill. She's got to run, but really appreciate her being here all the way from Washington. Good afternoon, San Diego! Yeah! It is so good to be here. On behalf of the Newsom administration, Governor Newsom, and Secretary Kim, many of the other transportation officials in the state, what an honor for me to be here. I've been to dozens and dozens of ribbon cuttings and transportation events in my career. I've never seen anything like this before. This is amazing, San Diego. Way to represent. To Mayor Gloria, other elected officials on the stage, other mayors on the stage, to our congressmen, to our ambassador here, student body representation, to my friend Hassan Ikrada, the director of SANDAG. This is amazing. Congratulations on all your hard work. This is paying off. It's going to pay off big time. This $2 billion investment. When I was here a year ago and toured this project while it was still under construction, my friend Hassan said, "Look, you got to be here for the opening." And I said, absolutely, are you kidding me? I wouldn't miss it for the world. And here's why. This project touches on many of the things that we are now more passionate about in this state and increasingly across the country than ever before.
Bus is coming from.
It's going to impact climate change.
Okay, so
it's going to impact equity, the issues around equity. It's going to impact the issues around safety as well for people across this city and across this region. So that's the main reason why I'm here. And this project is a renaissance of sorts. It's a renaissance into the future. Because many years ago, 100 years ago, this is how we got around. This is how we got around in cities and communities across the country. But we went away from that to only investing in cars and investing in highways. But again, congratulations to the city of San Diego for deciding, the region, for deciding to go in back to this. Because this is the way for the future. Not all of us sitting individually in cars by ourselves. So congratulations. I want to be brief. It's warm, and there are many other speakers, but there are a few people I just want to thank as well from our team before I run. The project director from Caltrans, Dan Velasquez. Dan is over here somewhere. Dan, congratulations and thank you for your work. Alan Russell. Alan, thank you for all your hard work from Caltrans. Gustavo Delata, our district director from Caltrans. Thank you, Gustavo, for your leadership. And finally, Corey Benz, also a former district director who was very involved in the project. So San Diego, congratulations on this amazing project. This is an example for the rest of the state and the rest of the country as well. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Olusokin. And now please welcome to the podium with a big round of applause, Ambassador Carlos González Gutiérrez, Consul General of Mexico in San Diego.
I just wanted to make sure that you
Muchas gracias.
that we're not doing the live breaking anymore.
Muchísimas gracias por invitarme. Mi nombre es Carlos González Gutiérrez. I am the Consul General of Mexico in San Diego. It is my honor, it is my great honor to share the microphone this morning, this afternoon, with such a distinguished binational stakeholders on today's historic opening. I want to start by thanking all the authorities involved in making today possible. Thanks to the federal government, Congress of course, thanks to the state government, thanks to SANDAG and all the different cities in SANDAG, thanks to MTS. Thanks to all of you. I come here as Consul General of Mexico to represent the hundreds of thousands of Mexicans who live on both sides of the border who will benefit from the Blue Line. You know, the Blue Line begins just a few miles south from here. It begins at the San Isidro Port of Entry, the Western Hemisphere's busiest land border. It is also the entry point on a daily basis for thousands of cross-border commuters who live over there in Tijuana and come here every day in order to work, and they need to rely on fast and affordable public transportation like the one that the Blue Line is going to provide them. The Trolley line will provide a one-seat ride from San Isidro with world-class jobs, universities, and leisure options in the Mid-Coast region. Passengers from Mexico will now have a sustainable alternative to reach La Jolla and UCSD, reducing border and freeway congestions in benefit of our environment. As our border reopens to leisure travel, and visitors from Tijuana and from Baja California start reactivating San Diego's economy and San Diego's tourism, this project's opening couldn't have come at a more opportune moment. Thanks to all the bright minds who envisioned this project and to the many hands that built this new line. May we continue fostering projects that bring the Baja California region closer together and continue building as two countries, one region. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Embajador Carlos González Gutierrez. And now please welcome to the podium UC San Diego Social Students President, Manu Agni.
Hi everyone. I'm Manu Agni, Student Body President here at UC San Diego. Let's start out by making some noise. If you're excited about the trolley, make some noise. Awesome. The louder that you scream, the cooler that it gets. I know it's hot out there, so I'm going to be brief. I just want to say this trolley extension is a game changer for our region and for UC San Diego students, staff, and faculty. The trolley brings the community closer to UC San Diego and brings us into the community. I believe that community is about seeing a piece of myself in someone else, and I hope that for every single UC San Diego student, this will help us see ourselves in the entire San Diego region. For so long, UC San Diego has been up on this mesa in La Jolla, seemingly isolated from the rest of our region, the rest of our binational region, and this changes it all. Now, UC San Diego students, staff, faculty, and members of the community have a clean, easy, and green ride from anywhere in the region up to the UC San Diego Mesa. To my fellow students, I say, San Diego has so much to offer. Great jobs, internships, and research, great restaurants, food, and even great drinks, believe it or not. Of course, great recreation, parks, and beaches. We made it. We bore with 4 or 5 years of construction noise, smells, and construction trucks driving all over our beautiful campus. Now, we finally get to celebrate. Let's go out there and ride. Remember, riding the tramp trolley is free for all UC San Diego students with our UPass on the Pronto app. For the rest of the San Diego community, I invite you. Come up to UC San Diego. Come see a play at the La Jolla Playhouse. Come see a student performance at the music hall. Dine at our great restaurants, or maybe even just head down to Scripps Beach for a nice, relaxing day. I promise it'll be worth your while. I promise that you'll meet the nicest and smartest students anywhere in the country. Go Tritons!
And now please welcome Congressman Juan Vargas, representing California's 51st District.
Good afternoon, buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. And talking about free, have you ever wanted to fly on an F-18? We have Admiral Steve Barnett here, Regional Commander, Southwest Region. If you want to fly on an F-18 for free, maybe even land on an aircraft carrier. Right, Admiral? There we go. Don't be afraid. He's a great pilot. And you've got those great glasses on today. We want to thank the Navy. Thank you for being here, Admiral. And again, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the union members that built this trolley. God bless them. I want to thank, like we said already, Chancellor Pradeep Khosla, because I was here 28 years ago when the Chancellor then said no. This Chancellor said yes. That's why they built it. I also want to thank, of course, my good friend here, Scott Peters. He really was the lead on this and worked hard to make sure the federal money got drawn down. So thank you very much.
And Michael, I believe they said they're going to be greening this on
Now get us to the airport. Get us to the beach. Right? Get us all over this place. That's what we do. And that's why I want to tell everybody, we did pass a big bill. There is a lot of money, a lot of infrastructure money to do these things. We San Diegans have to come together and fight for that money, because New York's going to be fighting for that money. Chicago's going to be fighting for that money. Every place is going to fight for that money. And we have a council president that I know is going to help us draw that money down. Isn't that right? You bet. So, lastly, I I would just say this. This trolley, 'cause I know it's hot, and my staff gave me 20 pages of, and I promised them I would read them. Never trust a politician. But I do want to say this trolley is a godsend to San Diego, and we have to keep pushing to make it happen for this whole community, because we need it. And again, I want to thank MTS, I want to thank Sandag, I want to invite you down to the South Bay, down to the Bay Shore bike path, bring your bike on the trolley, we'd love to have you. Now, the only criticism of my good friend, the ambassador that I'm going to get today is, I was hoping he was going to teach you a very important phrase in Spanish. Very important. El trolley. Hay que tomar el trolley. Come on, let's hear it. Hay que tomar el trolley. El trolley. Muy importante, hay que tomar el trolley porque ahora viene hasta aquí, hasta La Joya, va a todas partes, pero también tenemos que llevarlo ahora al aeropuerto, entonces a las playas, ¿verdad que sí? Por supuesto, Dios los bendiga. Gracias.
I'd like to welcome back Congressman Scott Peters and Congressman Juan Vargas for a special announcement.
So we're giving the big birthday card that we get to give as Congress members to the trolley. We have a proclamation on the grand opening of the Mid-Coast Trolley Extension from the congressional delegation here. We present on this day. This is a great day to remember, and every day like this, there's a proclamation, right, Juan?
Thank you. And now, please welcome with a warm round of applause, MTS CEO Sharon Cooney.
Hi everyone. I love to see so many people who love the trolley. Who all loves the trolley? And I want to say, I want to welcome all of you here. Thank you all. But I also have to say I have the best job of anyone up here because countless hundreds, thousands of people got us to this day, but I get to operate it from now on. And I am so thankful. This is a fabulous day for this whole region and great for UC San Diego. But I also want to give a shout out to the 2,800 employees of MTS who every day carry people where they need to be. They bring opportunity to all of you. And many of you are here today. I'm glad you're celebrating because this is a milestone for all of you. And on behalf of those 2,800 employees, I want to say welcome aboard.
And now, please welcome Sandag CEO Hassan Ikrata.
Good afternoon, San Diegans. This is just a peek into the future. We're going to have more celebrations of a future transportation system that unmatched anywhere. So today there is so many people to thank. Our leaders, Chair Blake Spear, First Chair Mayor Gloria,
We're about 3 minutes out potentially, so mind just staying on the phone with me until
ambassador, and we also want to thank
3-0,
we're
but
a
if you
proud
could just stay on the
military
phone
town.
with me.
I want to thank Rear Admiral Burnett, even if he doesn't make me ride in the F-18. Thank you, sir. And Steve Chung, thank you for being here. I do want to thank my predecessors, Gary Gallegos and Ken Solsas, who started this work. I'm sorry they're not with us today, but they did an amazing work to get us to this point. Thank you. Our congressional leaders are amazing, but in particular, Congressman Scott Peters got us the money. He calls me his ATM machine. He's the machine to go to when we needed money.
Talking right now, so we're just.
But I also want you to know,
for
Sandaggers, drop by the booth and say thank you, because
I'm
these
sorry, say that again.
450 people deliver this largest infrastructure project in San Diego's history on time, on budget. So
We're looking at
Jim
probably sending
Lithicum, Dimon, John Haggerty, who's
no, not yet.
no longer with us,
I will tell you when.
Greg, Sharon, all of you Sandaggers, thank you. Thank you for making us have this day possible. Pay attention, San Diegans, to the regional transportation plan that's going to go in a month. That plan is going to connect us. It's going to reimagine the future of transportation system in San Diego. And I promise you, this will only be the peak. Thank you very much. Thank you. Enjoy the celebration.
And now, U.S. Senator Alex Padilla will join us with some virtual remarks.
Hello, San Diego. I'm Senator Alex Padilla, and I'm excited to join you in celebrating the historic expansion of the UC San Diego Blue Line Trolley. I want to congratulate the San Diego Association of Governments and the Metropolitan Transit System for all the hard work and important collaboration. As you recall, I had the opportunity to take a ride at the ribbon cutting of the Mid-Coast Trolley extension earlier this year, and I can't wait for everyone to experience it. This project is a perfect example of the impact of federal funding to connect local communities and build a more sustainable future. In Congress, we've been working hard to pass the Build Back Better agenda to continue to fund critical projects like this one. We're making the largest infrastructure investment in nearly a century and the largest ever federal investment in a sustainable future. The bipartisan infrastructure bill that was just signed into law invests over $90 billion in public transit, from electric buses to passenger railways and more. And that includes $8 billion in new funding for the Capital Investment Grants Program. San Diego has already received more than $1 billion in funding through the Capital Investment Grants Program to build this trolley line. The infrastructure bill will also send an estimated $778 million in formula funding to transit projects throughout the San Diego region over the next 5 years. That means more communities connected, more high-paying jobs for construction and transit workers, and decreased emissions from vehicles, improving our air quality and the health of our planet. As your senator, I'm proud to advocate for California's clean transportation priorities. Congratulations again on your leadership in clean public transit, and enjoy the Mid-Coast extension of the Blue Line.
No, you're good. All right, let us know.
Thank you so much to all of our distinguished speakers for being with us today. And now for the moment that we have waiting. The moment that we have all been waiting for, a culmination of decades of planning, 5 years of construction, $2.2 billion.
Hello?
We will see in a couple of seconds on our virtual stage the actual formal inauguration of the Blue Extension Line for Trolley, such an important and historic event for our community. En unos momentos estaremos viendo video de la inauguración oficial del trolley de la línea azul a UC San Diego, un momento histórico que ha durado décadas en planear, 5 años en construir y también, por supuesto, mucho trabajo de parte de líderes federales, estatales, locales. Muchas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. En unos momentos estaremos viendo las imágenes en pantalla atrás de mí. And again, we want to remind everybody to keep hydrated.
We can see it come down.
Here. Thank you for being here and for sustaining this unnatural heat for November. So thank you. And with suits, I mean, that is a talent right there. They spoke and they sat with suits on in this weather. So please, round of applause for that. Thank you so much. Queremos recordarles entonces que también tenemos estaciones de agua para hidratarse y también, si no me equivoco, limonada. Así que por favor, pregúntenle también a sus chiquitos si necesitan agua. Please ask your little ones if they are hydrated. We don't want anybody to get sick
or to get a heat stroke, please. In a couple of moments, we will now see the breaking of the banner to mark this historic event. I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited to get on this trolley. Important reminder for today, it's free, so please take advantage of the trolley. Now we are seeing the grand moment. Drum roll, please.